Morning, morning. How you doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Saturday. Wow, can't talk. Happy Saturday. Happy Sunday. Weird one. I've never really done like a just like chillin' stream, I guess. But there was a bit of me that's been like eating away at the back of my brain, right? It's like, oh hey, like I feel like cataloging something. Kind of like in the same way I cataloged like my anime list like way back when. Kind of fell off on like keeping that up to date, but that's neither here nor there. I think we need to go back and touch that up one of these days. So today I was thinking I was gonna go through like backlogged here and kind of list out like every game I've pretty much ever played. Maybe like talk about them a little bit, but for the most part like just set up the list, you know? And what it is a little daunting because I'm thinking like, dang, like I've played games pretty much all my life, so it's like, oh, we're probably gonna forget a couple. But you know, I think the important thing is to, you know, just get started a lot of the time. So, oh, and also I'm like very fingers crossed that like, so I set up a little like Spotify playlist of just like a bunch of like OST, I guess, that I haven't seen like get copyrighted or like copyright claimed while I was like doing things. So there's like a lot of like trails, like a lot of Persona and like a little bit like Blue Archive and like a little bit of Yakuza. That might just kind of be going on like throughout. Yeah, I can't even remember what games we played. GOG, 3DS, and visual novel sites is all mixed up. Yeah, I hear ya. There's been like, yeah, because I'm reaching all the way back to like early PC and 64, like a little bit of like SNES. I swear I played like one or two titles on like the PlayStation. A lot of Xbox. We were mostly an Xbox kid. And then PC's kind of just been like the throughout like my entire life type beat. Yeah, DS too. We were big on our DS. Same with like the advanced and yeah, just about like pretty much everything besides like the Sony ecosystem, which, you know, big regrets because like I've been really digging a lot of like Sony titles lately, I guess, or games that I haven't really like seen on PC or on Xbox. So it's like, oh hey, like we've been missing out. A lot of itch.io games too, right? You know, I haven't really dove too into many like itch.io games, surprisingly. We needed to have like we should have like an indie week. That might be kind of fun. Yeah, we're kind of doing that like when like Threshold, I guess, but that's still pretty big. But yeah, I was debating whether or not to start like with like the most popular titles, or if we want to just like reach so far back in my brain where like I think of like the very first game I ever played. We're gonna go from the start. And you know what's really surprising? The very first game I ever remember playing as a kid, StarCraft. This peak. It'll always have a place in my heart. And we played it on PC. How do we add that? Yeah, we do that. All good stuff. And I'll come back to StarCraft 2. I'm gonna start from like the very beginning, you know? So after StarCraft, yeah, I grew up like we had a ton of computers at our house, right? And I have a lot of memories of just like my brother, his friends, sometimes even like my friends, we would all get together. And since we had so many computers linked up around the house, there was like almost some like a local area network kind of thing with like StarCraft that we would tend to do. We'd play like custom matches and like a lot of like, you know, player made stuff, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, Left 4 Dead too. Left 4 Dead is a really big one. Spent a lot of time in Left 4 Dead. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. You know what? Maybe we don't start from the back. We're gonna like look at the popular games, and when our old games come to mind, then we'll throw them on. So like, of course, we've played Elden Ring, completed. How do I add a score? Elden Ring. I fear when I come out of this, I'm gonna be giving too many 5s, but I genuinely enjoyed it. You know what? There's one thing I will knock Elden Ring for, and it's more of a problem with the entire like FromSoft catalog as a whole that I've played. I'm not crazy big on the way they tell their stories. I love the games, but having to get like the entire world and like the characters and stuff from like reading items and like item descriptions, I don't know, maybe not too much for me. We're gonna give that one a 4.5. Yeah, we've never played Tears of the Kingdom. Baldur's Gate, we played that live. Baldur's Gate. I'm almost tempted to say no notes. This is a 5. And now maybe next up, kind of a hot take. I wasn't super big on Red Dead 2. A lot of people really love it. It never really caught me in the same way it did for a lot of other people. I played it on the Xbox One, went through it once. I thought it was maybe like a little too slow at some points. It is definitely the best. You could totally lose yourself in the game, which I can 100% see. But I don't know, just the first one was just so much better in every way for me when I think back to it. I'm gonna probably give this one a 3.5. Like, maybe I didn't play it at the right time in my life. Like, I might have been busy, and because of that, it like didn't hit me the same way it did a lot of other people. But I don't know. And a big problem with that is like, it felt like such a long game too. Like, spoiler alert for like Red Dead 2, I guess, if you haven't hopped on already, but like, there's this whole epilogue part where you kind of like play as Sean. And even that felt like super duper long. Like, I felt like the game kind of dragged out at points when I played through it. And then, yeah, there's been like plenty of discussion online about like the mission design of like Rockstar and like how it's kind of become more and more limiting as like time has gone on. So it's like, I have to give it like at least 3.5, because it did a lot of really cool and interesting things. But it just maybe wasn't for me, like thinking back to it. I will be drawn and quartered. Hollow Knight. Backlog. We need to hop on. Hades, also backlog. We need to hop on. Persona 3. I think I want to give this a 4. A part of me kind of wants to give this a 4. Because it definitely did grow on me, but it had to grow on me pretty... It took a while for it to grow on me, which like... I don't know, you know? Because I remember like on the offset, I didn't know how to feel about like Tartarus and stuff, and of course now I really do. Like, I did enjoy it and did setting up like the builds and stuff. Maybe even a 4.5. There was a lot of good music in it too. It's definitely somewhere between 4 and 4.5. And is that how things are rated? I swear when I looked at the page, it looked like... We'll do 4.5 for now, and depending on how we feel, we may change things. But I swear I saw like an out of 10, right? Okay, no, it's out of 5. But we have the halves, so that makes it a 10. Got it. Minecraft. Yeah, played like Minecraft feels like a very culturally significant, I want to say. And I don't think I've ever sat and thought, damn, Minecraft is ass. For the type of game it is, I think this is also gonna have to be a 5 for me. We're gonna come back, maybe. I doubt we're gonna come back. Minecraft is kind of goated. We've spent a lot of time in Minecraft. RE4? RE4. RE4 is a 4. Yeah, because thinking about how I went through Resident Evil 4, I had a lot of fun with it, but I don't think the characters really left too much of an impression on me. And when I was talking with my like Resident Evil friend, right? He was talking about how like the original like spent a lot more time like where you kind of could focus on the characters and stuff. I don't know, thinking to like RE4 there wasn't like too much going on. Like I didn't really get a feel for like the antagonist as much I maybe would have liked to have. But should I not get points for that? Yeah, because now that I think about it, is it even fair to like rate a game for something it wasn't trying to be? I guess if I rate this off of like my own personal enjoyment, I would probably give it a 4. 4 out of 5. Maybe 4.5. But I don't know if there's anything that comes close in my mind for like the type of game it is, where like I would also consider this like probably top of its class for what it does and what it set out to do. We're giving away a lot of high scores. It's gonna be tough when we get to the dregs. Like, I don't think I'm gonna find anything sub Red Dead on this first page, maybe. Alright, Undertale. Had a very big period of life where I was super into Undertale. No notes. It's peak. Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is on the backlog. I've tried starting it 3 times and fell off all 3 times. And every time, I wouldn't say it's that I didn't find it fun, but I always get like distracted. And then I end up doing something else. So I don't know if I want to give it a rating. So that's still on my like, I probably haven't given it a shot on the backlog. I know a lot of people really love it. Though I did have a kind of rocky start. P5R, backlog. Portal 2, another all-timer. Honestly, pretty much every one of Valve's titles is an all-timer. I can't really think of a bad one. And the weirdest part is, I played Portal 2 on the 360. I feel like most people played it on PC. But I ended up picking it up on the Xbox. And this was like... Xbox was also the way I played Half-Life 2 and all of those games the first time as well. Which is probably... I don't know how common that is, but I still had a lot of fun going through them all. Especially in that way. So, yeah, Portal 2, 5 stars. Celeste, backlog. God of War, backlog. GTA 5. Am I not a fan of Rockstar? I like GTA 5 more than Red Dead. So I think GTA 5 is gonna have a 4. I'm one of those guys who kind of liked GTA 4 more than 5. And then I played this on my... I want to say I played it on the Xbox One. But it could have been the 360. That's a lot of games. Yeah, we're going to be going through a lot of games tonight. How you doing? How you doing? Gosh, let me think. No, I did play it on the 360. Because I don't think I owned a 1. The 1 version came out a lot later, and that's when they introduced like the first person stuff. Yeah, I've only ever gone through it one time. You'll wait for lunch tomorrow? Oh, I'm down. Marie Callender's gaming. It's time! Yeah, I think I probably have to give GTA 5 a 4. And then if we find GTA 4, we're gonna give that a 4.5. Bloodborne, backlog. My PS4 has done me like so dirty. I had one of those like the PS4 Slims, and I had this issue with audio. So every time I tried to play Bloodborne, should be back home either late tonight or early tomorrow. Yeah, if you're down to catch lunch, I'm definitely open. I'm not doing anything until like later in the evening, where I'm gonna start up the next Utawai Ramono. Ooh, very, very excited for that. You know what? Since that came up, let's go ahead and write that one in too. Utawai Ramono, Prelude to the Fallen. We're logging this one. I want to say... You binge watched Utawai Ramono anime again, it was great. We need to hop on. I think when I'm thinking of Utawai Ramono, there's maybe one pitfall. Like there's one tiny thing that I can maybe fault it for, like in my brain. And for me, I think that was the combat maybe didn't have too much depth. Like maybe I didn't jump into it too much. Like judging from the visual novel standpoint alone, 10 out of 10. We give that like a 5 stars out of 5 stars. It was so good, loved every moment. But when we like combine it with the game aspect, it was a little simple, which not a bad thing. Yeah, the SRPG is definitely extra. It's like a nice little treat on the side of this like really, really good visual novel. You know what? Yeah. It's a 5. I'm gonna give that one a 5 because for exactly that reason. It didn't need to have the turn-based strategy, but it was like very welcome. Because off of like the visual novel like alone was a 5 out of 5, so I don't think I can knock it for its gameplay. Can I? No, I won't. This is how I felt about games. Yeah, I'm really excited for the next one. Okay. Let's keep going down that list. So, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I don't have a Switch, so I don't know if I should even put this on my backlog. We're not going to put it on our backlog. We don't have a means to play it. Portal. Played it on the orange box on the 360. Portal 2 is just an improvement on Portal in every way. That's a 4.5. Let me make sure I set that as like PC, or actually as Xbox also. Save. Near. I like Near. I especially liked Automata. I didn't really get super into Replicant when I played it, but I did spend a lot of time in Automata. It was a good time. Though the 9S section of the game sucked. Yeah, that's gonna knock it down a whole ass star. It's gonna be a 4. Yeah, thinking back to when I played Nier, like I loved every moment up until you played as 9S and had to hack every single one of those enemies. It got so monotonous. Easily the worst part of the game for me. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. It's a 4. I would recommend it, but I don't think I can give it more than a 4 because of the 9S section. Yakuza 0, all-timer. 5 out of 5, no notes. Played it on the PC. Hi-Fi Rush, that's a backlog. Now, Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 was really good. And this might also be one of the ones where it's like, I wouldn't be able to really point any faults I had with it. Which is obviously a good thing. But I'm handing out these 5s like... I'm handing out these 5s like crazy. Is that... That's fine. Eventually we're gonna get to games that aren't 5s. Did I like Resident Evil 2 more than 4 though? Resident Evil 2 5 stars, reason no Ashley. Okay. Yeah, maybe I did like Resident Evil 2 a little more than 4. I think I did everything that I would have wanted from like a survival horror. And at most, I think the worst part about it, like the worst thing I dealt with in the entire game when I went through it, was my skill issue right at the end. When we were fighting, what's his name? The big guy, Mr. X, on the elevator. And it took me like an hour. God, that was so brutal, but that was just pure skill issue on my part. Like after I beat that, I felt so good. Yeah, 5. It's a 5. Dark Souls 3. This is the first one I'm gonna put on that I'm currently playing, but I haven't gone back to it in a little bit. Odyssey, it's on the Switch. Obviously we don't have that. Now Sekiro. Another backlog. Spider-Man. So Spider-Man was the reason I picked up a PS4. Yeah, I played Inevitable Struggle and we won immediately. That song has carried me through so many tough times. We've taken that to the Reaper, we've taken that to Mr. X, we've taken that to... What other moment was it? I know there was one more moment where I listened to that, and that's what got me over the hump. Let me scroll down my library real quick, see if I can pick it out. Maybe that... I might be misremembering, but I think it might have just been those two then. Oh shit, where was I? Oh, Spider-Man. Yeah, this was the reason I picked up a PS4 back in the day. Hmm. Yeah, this one is a hover between 4.5. Because I think the combat could have been, or there could have been more like enemy variety maybe. But it did make you really feel like Spider-Man, which was cool. That's a 4.5. Amori, Backlog, Stardew Valley. I wouldn't say I've played it. I've played a little bit, but I haven't actually like played it. The only amount of Stardew Valley I've ever gone through was me being an absolute menace in the multiplayer server and cutting every tree and leaving. But that's literally all I know of Stardew, pretty much. Hello, how you doing? Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good night so far. Good evening. Good night is what people say when people go to bed. Hope you're having a good evening. Yeah, so maybe one day we'll hop on Stardew. We know that's a lot of people's favorites. I've been seeing quite a bit of it in my like Instagram reels lately. Aloysius O'Hare in Stardew? Aloysius? Hold on, we're checking. Am I gonna find out something new? Oh, Aloy. Okay. That's the fucking Lorax villain. Got it. We've never watched Lorax. We should. We're a big tree cutter here in this household. That's like my number one thing to do in like any game that's like survival. I could spend hours just sitting around cutting trees down. A local menace to nature, as they say. Okay. Disco Elysium, Backlog. The greatest of all time, Outer Wilds. Another No Notes, 5 stars. We played that on the Xbox One. And then like transitioned over to PC. Never, I'm chilling on my bed. Among Us. I don't know if I really liked Among Us all that much. Oh, hold on. I just noticed. Yeah, Among Us. Let me think. Because, like, my introduction to the type of, like, social deduction game like that was probably, like, TTT on Gary's mod. And I think I like TTT, like, way, way more than Among Us. I don't know what it was about Among Us, but, like, there was something a little harder. Like, there was something a little harder about it when it came to, like, framing, like, your friends. And it felt, like, way worse to me to lie in Among Us than it ever did in TTT. Like, I don't know if it was the same for anyone else, too, but, like, I don't know, just the level of gaslighting that I had to do when I played Among Us never made me feel all that comfortable. And at least in, like, TTT, I could just, like, walk up and shoot a dude in the head. And, like, you know, it's, like, no hard feelings, you know? It is what it is. That's the game. I guess you could say the same for Among Us, but, like, you had to play the long game a lot of the time. Like, you had to defend yourself at every stage. So it was, like, lying longer. I think that was it. Because you had to lie so much longer to your friends, it was always like, it's always tough for me. But no, we're rating this off of how I feel. I'm gonna give this a 3.5. Yeah, but if we're talking objectively, like, I mean, I guess there is no like objectively. He's just chilling with these OSTs. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, it took me a while to put together a nice little OST list. It was kind of fun. But yeah, thinking like objectively, I don't necessarily think I have any notes to give Among Us. Like I don't know if there's anything I would do to say like improve it or anything that sucks about it. So if you're a fan of the type of game it is, like, it's probably going to be the first one I ever recommend. Because I don't think I would recommend TTT as like the very first game you should play on like the social deduction like field. Because obviously like not everyone is going to be into like shooters and stuff. But Among Us was really, really accessible. So I think off of that alone, like, it's definitely one of the best in its field. All right, Cuphead. Gosh, I don't know if I have the capacity for Cuphead. I feel like I get angry at myself way too quick. So I think if I played Cuphead, I would lose it. Like, you can cheese a lot of Souls games. I don't know if you can cheese Cuphead. So like with Souls, with these games, like I'm fine like playing them. Cause like I can do some bullshit ass build and like roll on a boss. And that's not the same with Cuphead. But maybe one day we'll play it. I think if I can find like a fun co-op partner to play that with. Time to see a Cuphead speedrun and I'll get my answer. Perhaps. God of War Ragnarok. Is it okay for me to put that on my backlog if I also haven't finished the first God of War? Yeah, I'll say it, because there's enough gas behind that God of War reboot where I think I can safely say I'll probably like the new God of War. Which means that like I'll probably also get around to Ragnarok. It's kind of like in the same way I pre-aimed like all of the Trails games. Okay, Final Fantasy 16. Now here's where we kind of get into a little bit of murky territory. I didn't play this myself, but I watched Eli play it on stream like the whole way through. But also because of that, I don't know if I'm ever gonna play it myself, you know? Like, I didn't play it. I have an opinion on it. But I wouldn't necessarily say I've played it. Oh, hold on. Yeah, It's kind of like how there's that like ongoing joke online where it's like I'm sure y'all might have seen it around where it's like, damn, ask any Persona fan if they've actually ever played a Persona game type beat. Like, we're gonna be delving into that territory. I think like Final Fantasy 16 is a game that like I watched all the way and didn't play, but I did like. And then in the same vein, like Scarlet Nexus, which is another game like I actually really enjoyed watching, but I didn't play myself. So maybe... What does the liked catalog look? Oh, you know what? No, hear me out. We're gonna do an add to list. We're gonna add it to list. There's no current list. We'll add a list. Can we name the list? Add to... Do I have to make a list somewhere else? Okay, we'll make a list. YouTube, don't fail you now. Heyo, heyo. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna make a list called games that I didn't play, but banged. I will not be playing. Okay. So I am gonna put 16 on that list. It was a lot of fun watching. I liked all the characters. And if I had to give it a score, I would probably give it like a 4. I think maybe its most critical flaw was the fact that the side quest towards the end kind of screwed with the pacing a bit. And I think there was maybe like too much nothing going on in a lot of those side quests towards the end too. But as far as like the story and like Clive and Joshua and like all that, yeah, pretty good. And then the combat actually was like looked really fun to play too. I think there was like a lot of criticism online about people thinking it wasn't like too deep, but it was one of those games where I think it was as deep as you wanted it to be. Because you could definitely brute force a lot of things, but like if you wanted to have fun with it, you could too. All right, that's page 1 down. I'm seeing a couple of bangers here already. Witcher 3. I'm gonna get murdered for this. Wait, I might not. Because I did like Witcher 3. But it's just a damn shame I'm never gonna fucking finish the game. Unfinished and staying that way. I would give it... I think I want to give it a 4.5. Because sailing in Skellige wasn't that fun. I think that was like a little bit of like... There were things that maybe could have done better there. Yeah. Games that are too big that you get burnt out. So luckily, I don't think I've had that happen to me yet. And the only reason I'm never going back to it, and I'm giving it such a high score, I think I've talked about it before, but I got pretty far. I think it was like 60, 70 hours in. And then my game got corrupted. My saves, everything lost. I didn't have the heart to run it back, so I just left it there. And then, yeah, like I've thought about jumping. Honestly, I've thought about jumping back in recently, but I kind of got hooked into playing Drova lately, and I think that's gonna fill in my like kind of medieval fantasy type itch. So I don't know if I am ever gonna get back to Witcher 3. And it was the only Witcher game I played of like the franchise too, because I never touched 1 and 2. Yeah, this is a weird one. Because yeah, I would rate it really high, but I'm never going back. At least in the foreseeable future. Like maybe something will change with Witcher 4 coming out, and maybe I'll be like, oh hey, like, hop on. But right now, I don't know. By the time you get to Witcher 3, you'll probably see it in age as well, in my opinion. Maybe. Like, I've seen a lot of clips, and I do remember it pretty fondly. And when I did play it, it was lacking in a lot of quality of life, I think. Oh, you know what? That is one thing that I would change. Like, if I'm gonna go through it again, I might personally mod it to, like, I don't know, maybe I would remove the weight limit. Because I do kind of remember the weight limit being a little annoying to deal with. Okay, next up, Fallout New Vegas, GOAT, game of all time. Love it. No notes. I have how many hours in this game? I play through it every couple of years. Yeah, I have almost 500 hours in New Vegas. And New Vegas has a kind of interesting story when I think about how I played it too. Because I played a ton of Fallout 3 on PC. And then I remember, gosh, this might date it a bit too. I swear I remembered renting Fallout New Vegas at a Blockbuster or something. I rented Fallout New Vegas at a Blockbuster, completely bounced off of it. I did not fuck with it at all. I played it for like 10 hours on the 360. Thought it was shit. And then I got it when I played it on computer. It all made sense, and now it's one of my games of all time. Yeah, you're gonna get hanged for this. I think New Vegas is overrated. That's fair. That's me and my Red Dead 2 opinion. Yeah, everyone's allowed to feel the way they feel about games. But this is gonna be one of my all-time favorites. It went even so far as like, I made a cosplay of the New Vegas Veteran Ranger as with one of my friends, and that was like my Halloween costume from one year. I think back in like 2015 or 2016. Wish I had more pictures of it, but I don't. It's like if you say anything bad about New Vegas, people will say think something's legit wrong with you. Fuck those people. The only thing that matters is your own opinion. If anyone's gonna criticize the way you feel about a certain thing, then fuck them. Alright, Metal Gear Rising. It is a backlog. I've played a good portion of it. I dropped it because I think I got busy with like school or something, and then I didn't get back. If I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna go through it again. Just here to judge my games, yeah. All right, Alan Wake 2. My friend glazes the hell out of this, and like the rest of the Alan Wake franchise, we're backlogging that. Silent Hill 2. I did like it. But how do I feel about the game as a whole? The OG or the remake? This is the OG. Yeah, 2001. I've played the OG. So I kind of want to say my expectations of the game maybe weren't as met as I would like, but I thought it was still a really good game. I think hearing what everyone said about it and how much it got like glazed skewed it a little bit, where maybe I was expecting too much, but I also still had a really good time with it. Like honestly, I think it maybe wasn't as scary as I would have liked or would have like expected it to be. So I think I'm gonna give it a 4. Yeah, problem with older games like this, in my opinion, is that people talk about how good their game is back then, but when you compare it to now, it's harder to appreciate. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, some games do hold up really well, though. Like, I mean, I played Trails. So, like, a lot of the times when it comes to, like, age, I feel like what most people miss is quality of life stuff. But a good sense of, like, game direction... A good sense of game direction and good game design is pretty much timeless. Alright, Metaphor. We are currently playing Stray. Gosh. Stray was interesting. I didn't complete it. I'm probably not gonna complete it. I'd probably give it a 3.5. And it is specifically because I got done dirty here too. This is like not necessarily as bad as the Witcher story, by any means, but I remember going through it wanting to collect every collectible in the game, and I was having a good time with it. And then I got to a zone transition really late in the game. There weren't any saves when I played. I couldn't load back to get the missing collectible from a zone. And that turned me off from it so much that I full on dropped the game. Like how many, let me see how many hours I put into it. I probably didn't even get super duper far. Yeah, like I only got like 6 hours into Stray. And how long is Stray? How long to beat? Like I feel like I probably got pretty close to the end. Oh, I played way more. Well, that's because I was doing the collectibles, so I was probably pretty close to the end. Yeah, it wasn't as good as some people thought it would be. Yeah, that's very valid. I think that's probably why I put it where it is, because I definitely did have a good time with it, and I think the story it was trying to tell about like I want to say it was like about environmentalism, was like pretty solid. But I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to finish it. Dark Souls Remastered. There's one thing I didn't like about the first Dark Souls game, and I think that's the part that everyone didn't like. That's the Demon Ruins. Besides that, if the Demon Ruins were good, if they were good, I might honestly put Dark Souls over Elden Ring. But strictly because that last part of the game was so rough around the edges, it's not gonna be a 5. And I know like a lot of people talk about like, oh, like it's kind of rough going from like Elden Ring to Dark Souls. But honestly, like I thought it was fine. Like I actually really enjoyed the way Dark Souls and its like systems work compared to Elden Ring. Like I don't know, like I said, like good level design is good like at pretty much any point. Like it can be appreciated. It can be appreciated no matter like how old the game is. And I think just like the interconnectivity of like all the levels and just how you get around in the first Dark Souls game was leagues better than the big open world of Elden Ring for me. Because Elden Ring is cool, like don't get me wrong, like I still give it a 5 out of 5. But just the sheer fact that like just the sheer fact that so many things linked back up to like Firelink Shrine, and like there was so much density to the world in Dark Souls 1 made me really love Dark Souls 1 more than Elden Ring. As far as like the world design was concerned. Because like Elden Ring, it's just like you kind of went to a point, you did the things in the point, and then you left. And then in Dark Souls, it was like everywhere was kind of relevant for like a really long time. Yeah, Dark Souls ran so Elden Ring could fly. Spider-Man 2 backlog. We have no PS5. One day it'll be on the PC. We will be there. Balatro. I've heard this is crack. Backlog. Yeah, I would want. Like, I think back very fondly at Dark Souls though. Like, I would play it again. Like, I think if it's a game I'll play again, like it's easily at least a 4. So what about Balatro now? Oh, people call it crack. Like once you start playing it, you don't let it go. All right, Super Mario 64. We grew up on it. Gosh, this is another one where it's like, I don't know, rose tinted glasses maybe like really doing it dirty, but There isn't really any part of Mario 64 that I didn't like. I played it a bunch on the 64. I played it a bunch on the DS when it came out. This is another one of those all-timers for me. Yeah. Let me think. Because it's really tough. I'm giving too many 5s. Yeah, I think going back to your talking point, Ethos, like the whole game's not aging well. Super Mario 64 definitely doesn't age well, I imagine. At least as far, because like that's gonna be the thing with a lot of things that are very controller focused. There was a lot of advancement when it came to like camera control and just running around in a game. And since this is one of the earliest entries of that, like this is something that maybe isn't gonna be looked back as fondly on. But as a game growing up, this is one of the greats for me. Yeah, cause now if you want to play Super Mario 64, you may as well just play like Odyssey and have a better time. Like, I don't really think there's any bad mainline Mario game. Like, people have their issues with like Super Mario Sunshine too, but I still had a ton of fun with it growing up. It could have been little kid brain. It could have just been good. Fortnite. They added Skibbity Toilet, 5 out of 5. No, okay, let me think. It's hard to rate games as a service. Of the games of a service that I do play, I think Fortnite is the best, but it changes so much that the best like this season is not the same as like the best last season type beat. I think as a platform, I'll probably give it a 4. There's a lot of like creative stuff being done on like the user side, and then I think they're always trying to do something different every season. The collabs are a lot of fun. I think some of it is dumb, sure, but I mean it's pretty much a game for everyone. It's not gonna be like my all-timer, but there's a lot of fun to be had in it. Like lately I've been playing a lot of Fortnite Ballistic with some friends of mine, which is pretty much like a neutered version of like Counter-Strike and Valorant. But honestly, it's a lot of fun just on the sheer fact that it's like so casual. It's like perfect for washed little old me. And it helps that like you're probably fighting like 12-year-olds, so like if you're semi-decent at games, like you're kind of rolling dudes. So yeah, 4 for Fortnite. 4. There we go. Liza P playing. I think Liza P, if I had to give it a rating now though, it's probably like a 4, maybe like a 4.5. I like it for a lot of the same reasons I like the Dark Souls games, but it's maybe not as dense. Signalis. Oh man, Signalis. You know what? I like it. Backlog. This does not go on the list of games I didn't play, but well, it does. But now I want to change. Yeah, Liza P weapon customization is great. Yeah. Wait, let me change the description for this list of games that I didn't play but banged. And then we're also gonna take it off of private too. Where is the edit? Is there no way to edit a list after it's made? Oh, here we go. I'm blind. Games I probably will not be playing. And there's a hard probably there, specifically because of Signalis. I watched Eli play Signalis, but I only watched like here and there because I didn't want to get it too spoiled for me, but I wanted to support my boy, you know? So eventually I do want to hop on, but because I did watch a bit of it, it's not necessarily like super priority. And that's kind of where Signalis falls. And it's not a long game either. Like 16 is pretty long. Signalis, I think you can knock out in like 8 hours, right? Signalis. Yeah, 9 hours. We're usually pretty fast on survival horror games, I found. I think maybe it's because I'm running through shit so fast, trying not to get scared. But yeah, maybe one day we'll hop back on. 8 hours for one ending, probably. Yeah, I mean, we probably maybe just do like one ending. When it comes to games with like multiple endings, I tend to just do like my ending, and then I'll look up the other endings online. Unless like I really, really like it, but for the most part, if it's not like easy to check out the other endings, then I'll just look it up. All right, Erd Tree, we've bought it, haven't played it, sitting on it. When we get to it, we'll get to it. Spider-Man Miles Morales, we've played it. Definitely not as good as the first, but it was still a really good Spider-Man game. We played this one on PC. But why wasn't it as good as the first? It didn't have as many good emotional beats. I think the first Spider-Man game had a lot of really good emotional beats with like Dr. Octavius and like Aunt May. I didn't really have those same feelings going through Miles Morales. Because thinking back to like the first Spider-Man, like, oh my god, the ending fucked me up so hard. And I didn't really have those same moments going through this one. But I think Miles Morales, like their Spider-Man playstyle was a lot better. Like I liked the shock and I liked the invisibility. Like it made you feel really, really powerful. Yeah, first game set the bar a bit too high for the second one. Yeah, definitely. Like if the first game didn't exist, like Miles Morales would be an easy like 4 out of 5 or 4.5. Smash Brothers Ultimate. I don't have a Switch. Doom. Super duper hot take. I did not like Doom 2016. I really, really did not have fun playing Doom 2016. I did not like the pacing. I did not like the level design. It never gave you a moment to breathe. I know some people like that, but it was just not the game for me. I think Eternal was way, way better in every regard. And I think Doom 2016 does do a lot of things right, but it did not hit the way it did in the same way like Red Dead 2 didn't hit. Music still bangs. Thank you for reviving Doom. I will not be playing. Metal Gear Solid, backlog. Doom 2016 was good, but it's also why I didn't play Eternal. Yeah, I mean, I think if you like more... There was a lot of good done with Eternal. I still need to finish Eternal. I think the pacing of like platforming, exploration, and fighting was done way, way better. And if that was your main gripe, like it was for me, then you might like Eternal a lot more. But I just got so fatigued playing 2016 that I just never wanted to finish it. Like it felt it felt less. It could have been because of the difficulty I was playing on. Because when it comes to shooters, I like to play on like as hard a difficulty I can, and because of that, maybe it was too much of a chore. Yeah, you can appreciate 2016 for what it was and then what it did, but it was also kind of what I expected, which is why I didn't like it. Yeah, so like, yeah, I just didn't like the pacing. The pacing was what killed it for me. And because of that, we will not be going back. I'm curious about how the VR port of it works, but that's that doesn't really fix anything, and that just puts you in the space. Okay, Last of Us Part 2. Where was The Last of Us? Why isn't was The Last of Us not like up here? More people have logged Part 2 than Part 1? Oh, weird, I guess. Yeah, I remember the other higher difficulties being logged, so I couldn't play them. It wasn't hard, but it was mostly brain dead in the bad way. It wasn't really engaging. Felt more like I was just going through the motions. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it just like wasn't a gratifying feeling, I want to say. I mean, it is kind of like on a backlog. I know people give it a lot of flack, but I do want to give it a chance. And I haven't like followed along on it too well. Like I've watched a couple of YouTubers go through it, but it's kind of in the same vein as like Signalis. It's probably not like a super long romp, and if I do get around to it, I might. I really liked the first one. Dread, no Switch. Final Fantasy VII, backlog. That one is everyone's favorite. And I actually think I would want to play the original over the remakes first. Skyrim. I'm one of those guys that liked Oblivion. You know, I think there's a thing, kind of in the same way there are like Civ fans, where like the first Elder Scrolls game you play tends to be your favorite one. Kind of like with like the first Civilization game you play tends to be your favorite one. Like Skyrim is really, really good, but it wasn't my first, so it wasn't my favorite. Like, yeah, my problem with The Last of Us is basically the ending happened. I made everything literally pointless and a waste of time. Absolutely no payoff, which is why you're not touching it. The second game. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I heard, but I think if you can tell a good character story, even if it feels like nothing got done in the grand scheme of things, then I think it's still worth a look. Like, even as like a telltale, like, oh, like, this is like a cautionary tale on humanity, or like, this is how people can be fucked up, and like, this is why like things are fucked up type beat. Kind of like mouthwashing, I want to say, where like you have like really flawed characters that you think are like really stupid from like your own perspective and like doing things wrong all the time, but it still manages to tell a really good story. Yeah, that's the problem too, and that I didn't tell a good story. Perhaps one day we will see. Yeah, so going back though, Skyrim. I didn't like what it did to the magic system. I don't think the main story was that good. And I think the Civil War was really like flat. That's a 4. I liked everything else about it though. We played it on PC, our computer blew up. Super Mario Galaxy. Really, really good soundtrack. Really good levels. I think Galaxy... Galaxy might be another 5. I'm just gonna be out here giving every Mario game a 5, like the ones that I've played. I can't name a bad one. Okay, Doom Eternal. Here's where it gets good. Like, what did I give Doom? I gave Doom a 2.5. I haven't finished Doom Eternal yet. Oh yeah, okay, like Bad Mario, like if we're talking about like side games and stuff, sure, like Mario Teaches Typing, probably ass. Like Mario versus Donkey Kong, like Clockwork Dolls or whatever the fuck, also probably ass. But like the mainline like system seller Marios, I don't really think you can go wrong. So yeah, if Doom was a 2.5, I'd say Doom Eternal was like a 3.5. Maybe a 4. I would give it a 4 actually. But I also didn't finish it yet. It is shelved because I do want to go back to it. But we need to be on the right headspace. Wrong, probably not, but there's a few where it's just like better choices like 3D Land. Okay, yeah, I mean like that's kind of around the time I fell off of like the Nintendo ecosystem, so I can't necessarily speak for those. But of all the Mario games that I have played, I don't think there was a bad one as a system seller, like, because I loved 64, I loved Sunshine, I loved Galaxy. I loved Mario 64 DS, but I guess that's just another, like, that's just a remake of 64, so. Oh, and then, like, I don't know if it was a system seller, but, like, Super Mario World 3 that I played on, like, the Game Boy Advance, also, like, one of the all-timers. Remake. Backlog, we have played it. '64DS actually has a really big modding community. Oh, crazy! Wouldn't have guessed. I didn't really think like handhelds had too much like modding. Terraria, another hot take. I'm not very big on Terraria. I had a lot of fun with it, but it's too much of a wiki game for me to like properly enjoy. It's got to be a 3. I think that like so much of it depends on like looking up stuff online. When I think about it in my brain, that like I don't want to go back to it. Yeah, not big on Terraria if your trial in life has ended. Yeah, a lot of people love it, and I think if you give it that chance, like, sure. But, I don't know. Just not for me. Devil May Cry 5, Backlog. Replicant, played, did not like it as much as Automata. This one is probably like a 3. Yeah, I felt like there was good bits of it that kind of dragged. I think if they were going to remake it the way they did, they could have made adjustments on some other fronts. Because there was still parts of it that felt like an old game. Which, again, like, being old isn't a bad thing, but there are some, like, old practices that don't necessarily hold up, and I think Replicant was guilty of that. So that's going to be a 3. Half-Life 2, GOAT. But not as GOAT as Half-Life 1. Honestly, yeah, I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5, but just know in my heart that Half-Life 1 is a much higher 5. Oh, and we didn't play this on PC. We played this on the 360. Yeah, Half-Life gave birth to Gary's Mod, and Gary's Mod is where I spent so much time as a kid. Scary stuff. Ocarina of Time, we're playing that. And I would give this a pretty high score right now. I would probably give this like a 4.5. Played on the 360, and no wonder you liked one better. No, I mean, I've replayed it on the PC too. I just think one has better encounters. The AI is better and it's more fun to play. I think as far as like immersion, environments, and storytelling, Half-Life 2 does it a lot better. But as far as like gaming is concerned, like I will go back and play Surface Tension. I won't go back and play like, I don't know, like Ravenholm or something on like Half-Life 2. Jedi Fallen Order. We liked it. We had a good time with Jedi Fallen Order. I would say this is a 4. For being like a Star Wars Souls-like, I don't know if there was much I could fault it for, but it also maybe didn't feel like it did too much to change the type of game. Maybe I want to say. But I did really enjoy it. We're gonna knock it up another 0.5. Like, it could be the setting doing like a hard carry for it, for me, because like I grew up with a lot of like Star Wars. But like I do want to say I probably enjoyed it more than Lies of P, but I think Lies of P definitely has more depth. And it has like a more interesting, like as a standalone, I think Lies of P is cooler. But Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order has the Star Wars background that kind of gives it a little bit of a plus for me. Yeah, a good game, but it felt like it relied a bit too much on the Star Wars IP. Yeah, I mean, for me, that's not a bad thing. I think if you can utilize a good IP, then utilize it. And I think that's what it did. Astrobot, no PS5, Genshin Impact. We will not subject ourselves to it. Overwatch 2. We will not subject ourselves to it. Resident Evil Village, backlog. Do they have Overwatch 1 or is there just Overwatch 2? Okay, they do have 2016, cool. We will log it. It is retired. There was no ending for the game. I'm probably never gonna go back. But I had a lot of fun with it. Maybe like a 4. People might look back on the game pretty harshly. But me personally, like, I never really got flamed. I didn't have any like bad interactions with playing ranked. So it's just like a good, fun team game. Like I think back to playing like Zenyatta, being a one-trick Zenyatta, and like Orisa, and it was like all good times. Yeah. So probably like a 4. I'd say like a 4. Yeah, I think we stopped playing just around the time where Doomfist maybe became like a new character. I played like a bit while Doomfist was out, but anything after that, I'm not like, I wasn't like 100% like locked in on. Like at that point, I was already kind of weaning off of Overwatch. Yeah, and a friend took me to a professional game of Overwatch also too, so that was pretty cool. Good memories. I think there's a lot of good memories with Overwatch. All right, here we go. Half-Life 1, my GOAT, one of the best shooters of all time in my opinion. Like, 5 stars. Back in high school, I was kind of responsible for passing out Half-Life and Halo Combat Evolved to everyone with the school laptop. We put that shit on a USB and just passed it around. We wanted people to know. BioShock. This is tricky. I want to say I really liked it. I've heard some things about it lately though, which kind of make me want to go back and see it again. But I know if I go back and see it again, I might not like it as much. And I don't know if I want to do that to myself. Because that is a genuine thing to like consider. It's like, why go back? Why go back and ruin something for yourself when you could think fondly about it? Because I do want to go back and play it. But I don't know if I should. I don't know if it'd do me any favors. So for now, we'll just give it a 4. We played this on the 360, and we were happy to do so. Lethal Company. We like Lethal Company. We bought the Lethal Company skin in Fortnite. 4 out of 5. Or 4.5 out of 5. I don't think you're gonna have as much fun. Why go back so you can remember how badly it aged? Don't do it, yeah. Yeah, live with the good memories and don't replace them with bad ones. Yeah, there's only like a select few games that I'll go back to and think like, damn, this shit still bangs even now. The company is why you couldn't sleep, drop the game even with friends. Yeah. I mean, it's certainly an acquired taste. I think as far as like cooperative horror goes, it's another one of those like you'd be hard pressed to find something like as well put together. And I think there's a lot of variety in the encounters that they play. Variety in the encounters. Of course, I don't think it's gonna be like a long-term game. Like you're not gonna be putting in like hundreds of hours in it unless you're kind of like some sort of Lethal Company freak. But I think as far as like a social like game to just like play with friends, can't go wrong. Yeah, MapleStory, that game's still banging. Yes. Yeah, MapleStory is still around. It is still going strong. And the MapleStory 2 did die. Wait, is MapleStory on here? We weren't a MapleStory kid. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay. Big check. Is Adventure Quest on here? It is! Okay, we were an Adventure Quest kid. I didn't hop on MapleStory. I played a ton of Adventure Quest and RuneScape. Yeah, my niece was kind of the one who was more into Neopets. So sometimes I did play like the Neopets minigames. Yeah, Dragon Quest was a fun time. This is another one of those like, gosh, if I jump back into it, I'm gonna see all the flaws with it. We're gonna be so disappointed. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. We love to like get out. We love to get out of like elementary school and hop on an Adventure Quest. And play a bunch of the other Artix Entertainment games like Mech Quest and like Dragon Fable and I mean honestly those were the only ones. But I think there was like a couple more. Okay, another GOAT all-timer. There's this is like kind of tough though. Like a Dragon. Like a Dragon, I could list a low point because I think some the early sewers, and I think one of the late game twists that happened. If you haven't played it and you don't want it spoiled, I will spoil it now. There's this whole section with like a guy called Mirrorface that I think weakens the overall plot just a tiny bit. And by a tiny bit, I mean maybe like a little more than a pinch. But this one is still my favorite Yakuza game. Ichiban is like my favorite protagonist of all time. I love the party. I love the story it told. Like, this is like one of the games where it's like, if you want to know me, play Yakuza Like a Dragon. I have to give it a 5. Objectively, in my heart, I know it's not a 5. It has flaws, but it is a 5 in my heart. All right. Rebirth. Backlog. Resident Evil 7 backlog. Silent Hill 2 remake. I've heard good things. I've kind of steered clear away from a lot, but I've heard a lot of good things, which was very surprising. Because I remember when it was announced and it was like, oh yeah, Bloober Team's making it. And people were really skeptical. I was skeptical too. And apparently it kind of like outdid a lot of those expectations. I gotta say it's on the backlog. Vampire Survivors? This is like an afternoon type game and I still haven't gotten to it yet. Backlog. Like, you could probably spend an afternoon and get sucked in and end up playing for like a month. Is my understanding of Vampire Survivors. You got me? Yeah, you did get me and I still haven't played it. But don't worry, you're not the only one that that has bought me games that I haven't played. Yeah, you did definitely buy it for me. Like, if we go down the list, one of my many crimes is that people will buy me games and I never get around to it. First one to come to mind, Night in the Woods. Thank you, Ikaboom. I started a Let's Play of it like 2014. 2 episodes and never got back to it. I know I want to get back to it, I just haven't. Cyberpunk 2077. Thank you, Captain. I need to hit the right time in my life to play a game like Cyberpunk. And yeah, plenty of others, but like those are the 2 big ones that come to mind. Like, I swear if I go through my whole Steam library, like, I could probably clock a good 10 that are like, oh damn, like, how come I haven't played this yet? Alright, but yeah, Vampire Survivors. Afternoon could be clocked as a month-long game. Like, hell, I haven't even really played Hollow Cure, and I know, like, Hollow Cure is like another version of Vampire Survivors, but like VTuber adjacent and like really good. Also free. Batman Arkham Asylum. I really liked it. Played it on the 360. Man, we're so skewed to liking games because I think this is another 4.5. I don't think there's anything I would say that sucked about it. Maybe besides the fact that like the combat maybe didn't have too much depth, but it was also kind of one of the first games to do combat like that, where you had like, or I wouldn't say it's one of the first. There could have been games before it, but it was definitely the game that popularized the whole you see like a flash above someone's head and like you parry and like you build up like combo meters and stuff. Because like you could probably say like Devil May Cry is in that vein, but it didn't have as much of like a casual feel. So I'd probably give Arkham Asylum like a 4.5. And we did grow up watching a lot of Batman. Like the animated series is one of my favorites, so Arkham Asylum was a lot of fun. Infinite. I can't say I liked it as much as the first 2 BioShock games, but it was still fun when I played it. And this is another one of those games where it's like, I heard going back to it does not do it any favors. 3.5. You still need to play Infinite? Maybe. Maybe. Inscription, backlog. See, Inscription is one of those games that like friends have gifted me. At least I think a friend gifted me. And I still haven't played it. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure a friend of the channel, Melatonin Addict, has gifted this one to me back last year. Need to play it just for Elizabeth. Yeah, she's very daughter. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Another Switch game we cannot play. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. We've never finished it. But I played a lot of San Andreas as a kid. This is one of those like foundational games where like I played it a ton and I didn't know what I was doing growing up. I probably never even got past the first island, I want to say. Like the first part of like I never got out of Los Santos. But as a kid, I remember I have a lot of memories of like, you know, hopping on the computer and like going to like Cheat CC and finding like cheat codes for San Andreas or like another game, Vice City. Because my brother had these games and I would play on his Xbox. And we spent a lot of time just like dicking around. Like one of my favorite things in San Andreas, which probably attributes to why I like flying games so much weirdly, like that and Star Fox, right? Was that like there was a cheat code for San Andreas where you could get flying vehicles. And I just loved flying around the environment in like an ambulance or like any car I could get my hold of. But the one thing that always stuck in my mind, like going back, was like hopping into an ambulance and just flying around San Andreas. Yeah, and then like I was also curious about like the old like internet myths too, like behind like San Andreas and like how like, oh, like there's a Bigfoot that exists and like other things like that kind of played into my like my love of like trying to find Easter eggs in games. I give it a 4.5. A 4. We played this on the original Xbox. Oh, let me get a drink of water. I can actually kind of feel it in my throat. I've been talking a bit. Ah, this is not water. This is coffee. Also, damn, Jeremy, you might have been onto something. Like, I might be slowly weaning myself onto coffee, which is a little fucked up. Okay, Death Stranding. Backlog. Bayonetta, backlog. Dark Souls. I will give this the same score. Because I don't think the remaster was very different from the Prepare to Die edition, from my understanding. It was just like better put together so you didn't like, your computer didn't blow up in Blighttown. Oh, wait, not 5, 4.5. All right, It Takes Two. I've seen like a billion VTubers play this. Games that I didn't play but banged. Maybe I'll play this one day. I mean, it is a good stream game. I know like a couple of plot points, but I didn't like necessarily follow it too much. But yeah, I know it's a good game. Like the game we did play from them was gosh, what was it called? A Way Out? Yeah, I played this with one of my friends and I really, really loved it. I would probably give this like a 4.5. And we played it on PC. Really good time if you have honestly, probably both of those games. And then they have a new game coming out too. Like, I think you're never gonna have a bad time playing one of those. Yeah, mixed feelings on A Way Out. Yeah, I mean, at least for me, it really depends on the ending you take, because if you get the ending with the cop, it does not hit as hard. Also, spoilers. Control, backlog. Hotline Miami, backlog. Persona 4, backlog. Last of Us. Games that I didn't play but banged. You think they fumbled when it was near the end? Yeah, maybe. I think it did everything right in my book, but maybe if I look back, I could probably find some flaw with it. Resident Evil 3, backlog. Mario Kart 8, The Gift That Keeps On Giving, it's also only on the Switch. Pizza Tower, backlog. Phantom Pain, backlog. Arkham City, I loved Arkham Asylum, I never got to Arkham City, backlog. Fallout 4. I think for Fallout 4, I'll give it a 3.5. I don't think it did what I wanted from a Fallout game as much, but I think the things that it did do are still some of the best to come out from it. I think now, as weird as it sounds, I think Fallout 76 is maybe... Fallout 76 is the better Fallout 4 in certain aspects. Yeah. I mean, in every way besides story. But the Fallout 4 story was already kind of just whatever. So if you're gonna play Fallout 4, it's gonna be the most accessible. I don't think the story was very strong. So if you're not gonna play for the story and play for the gameplay, go ahead and play 76. Because I think 76 does it a lot better. Though I don't think you can go on as much of a power trip in 76, since in Fallout 4 you can just end up getting like every perk ever if you play long enough. There isn't really any builds in Fallout 4, you just kind of keep getting stronger. So yeah, 3.5. Arkham Knight, I will backlog. After I finish City, I might play Knight. Ghost of Tsushima. I did like it. I never finished it. And I don't know if I will. If I do, I'll need to play it all over again. But I genuinely can't say that... I genuinely can't say there was anything I didn't like about it. I thought the characters were really it's kind of in the same... It's exactly in the same boat as Witcher 3 for me. Except with less shambles behind it, because I didn't lose a save. I just kind of fell off. But I guess that means I fell off on my own. So a 4 is doing it fair. Because I thought the combat was fun for what it set out to do. Exploring was a lot of fun. I really liked the whole system it had for like setting up waypoints and stuff. And like having it be like diegetic in the world where you see like the wind guide you rather than just like a map marker. Yeah, it's probably like a 4. And we're gonna refresh the page because I think backlogged is kicking it. Save, and we are on page 3. Super Mario World. We played it, we liked it, we enjoyed it. This is another 5. I played this on the... Wait, is this the one that I played? No, it's not. Never mind, I'm taking this away. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, backlog. I know it's on the Switch, but people gas up Xenoblade as a series very often. It's kind of... It's on there. We're thinking about it. It's in our thoughts. Mouth washing? Boy, the fandom really turned into something for this game, didn't it? I mean, me, I loved it. But maybe... it's like a 4.5. I don't think the part in the cargo bay... no, it was... It worked. No, it's a 5. The cargo bay section of the game was definitely the weakest part for me, but I think I still really love the game. It's gonna be up there, and I'm gonna think about it a lot. Metal Gear, of course. We'll get to it one of these days. Would love to play it on stream. Majora's Mask. After I finish Ocarina, I'm 100% hopping on. The original RE4. I don't want to say I'm not interested in playing it, but I'm gonna say I'm not super interested in playing it. It's one of those rough spots where it's like, I know the original RE4 does a lot of things differently, but like, I'm not really in a rush. I guess I could backlog it. Alright, Armored Core, backlog. Animal Crossing, that's on the Switch. The original Super Mario Brothers. I played this in a couple of different ways. It's not very deep, but I do like it. I've actually played this in an arcade once. I'll say like a 3.5. I think. Yeah. Yeah, like I know earlier I said like, oh, there's probably not like a Mario game that I wouldn't give a 5, but I think this might be where the age kind of shows itself for me. There's not... Oh wait, is this the one I'm thinking of? No, I'm thinking of the wrong one. No, this one's good. And we did actually play this on the NES. My friend had it on the NES. But was it the best? This is like the Half-Life 2 scenario. There are better Mario games, but this is still a 5. Forgotten Land, we are Switch. Left 4 Dead 2. I made a lot of friends in Left 4 Dead 2. Have a lot of memories in Left 4 Dead 2. Surprisingly, not as many hours as I thought I would have had on it though. Like, I feel like I've played like 200, 300 hours, but I guess I've only played about 200 hours. Like, well, 180. I would very easily give this a 5. Life is Strange. We have played it. We played it all the way. I've heard some pretty funny things about the new one. I don't know if it's one of my favorites. Honestly, I think it's like a solid 3.5. Maybe a 3. It's like fluctuating. Depending on what day you ask me, it could be a 3 or a 3.5. I think today I'm thinking of 3. Because some of the dialogue is pretty bad. But I did play through it all. I remember when I got the first one, and this was like coming fresh off the heels of like really, really loving The Walking Dead. Gosh, that's when I got a list. You unironically hate Life is Strange? That's fair. It's not for everyone. But speaking of Walking Dead, this is another one of those like, holy shit, like, if you want to know me, play it. Lee is one of my goats. One of my favorite characters in like fiction. Like, I put him up there with Ichiban, with Kiryu, with Kevin, with Van. We think about this man constantly. Sea of Stars. I'm kind of tempted to hop on Sea of Stars because I've heard that they added co-op, and it looks like a fun game to do in co-op. But I did watch Eli play this one. So this goes on the list. Welcome back, Dead Space. This is the remake. It is on our backlog. We've played through the original 1 through 3. We picked up Dead Space Remake on release, and we still haven't touched it. Detroit Become Human. Yeah. I'm kind of interested in playing it a little bit. Backlog. Fall Guys. It was peak time in 2020, the height of probably, I want to say, one of the heights of COVID, and this is when it got really big. But I also kind of fell off it real quick too. 3.5. Came and went, and brought one of the worst 14 collab events. Yeah, it came and went. Chrono Trigger, surprisingly backlog. Silent Hill, backlog. Red Dead Redemption. Let's throw John Marston onto that list of goats. This is another one of my all-time favorites. I actually bought this for my nephew for Christmas. I know, like, the Switch port is probably not the best version of the game. Probably far from it. But it's kind of the only platform he has, other than, like, a kind of not very good PC. And yeah, this is definitely one of my all-time favorites. A big part of why I was so let down with Red Dead 2. I don't know. I just like John's character more than Arthur. And that's probably definitely a hot take. Because I think a lot of people really love Arthur. But like, I don't know. I didn't really feel too much with Arthur. It's another one of those cases where like I probably just didn't play it at the right time. Like, I get his whole like shtick about being like kind of like atoning for his crimes, and like he's like making peace with the sickness and stuff, but like, I don't know. He didn't really do it like my man Kiryu. That's all I gotta say, you know? Tunic. Backlog. I was considering playing this like the other week, but then I ended up doing something else. We will play this on stream one day. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. We have never played a Castlevania game. Backlog. Yeah, I'm aware. Dark Souls 2, we have played. I actually really enjoyed Dark Souls 2. It wasn't Dark Souls 1, but I don't think it was bad. 4 stars. Neon white. This is very I Am Your Beast. I don't know if I'm gonna hop back on it, but I love the soundtrack for this game. I'm gonna say shelved. And if I have to leave it at that, it's like a solid 3 and it's a solid 4. Oh. Okay, before it gets too late, I do need to set something up. We're gonna pivot away from Backlogged for a little bit. And we're gonna... Oh, sorry, blind, by the way. Oh, am I cut off? Or is that the edge of my screen? I can't tell. Hold on. Oh, maybe that's... Let me see. If I move myself... Gosh, I need to up the contrast on my monitor. Oh no, never mind, I'm good. I thought I was cutting off my body for some reason. Okay, in the Discord server that I run, we have this yearly event that I forgot to plan out this year. We've been so busy with streaming and stuff that we kind of totally forgot. And I will share what that looks like. Let me open up my display share. I think this one was fine. Yeah, okay. So like every year we would put together a list of games and like anime and like maybe like one random category from like server consensus, right? I know we already had like the Game Awards. Oh, and it's the one time of the year where I hit the everyone button and like Discord's like, hey man, are you sure? But yeah, I need to think about what games we're gonna be putting on this year's Game of the Year. I don't think anyone put anything down this year in the comments, but I kind of did only open it up today. So in the meantime, I think we can go ahead and maybe like take a look. We can probably start off with like the actual like the Game Awards nominees, and then maybe like branch off from there. Because I don't think I was like super big on a ton of the awards nominations, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, because if I look at the Game Awards here, let's view the categories. We're gonna steal a little bit. Okay, right, okay. So this is where it's important. So like, of course we gotta put Metaphor on the list. And I'm probably gonna narrow this down to a list of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe like 6 games. Okay, so like genuinely, I don't know a single soul in this Discord server that played Black Myth Wukong, so I'm not gonna bother putting that in. And also, I don't know how I feel about DLCs in the Game of the Year either, so we might not be putting that in either. But I will put in Rebirth. And I also don't think 10 of my friends own a PS5, so I don't know if I should put Astrobot in there either. What came out this year? Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth? Persona. Did Persona 3 come out this year? Yeah, it did. And then we'll like narrow it down. I think I'm probably gonna knock off Persona 3 and just keep Metaphor on later, but we're just like thinking. We're thinking. I guess like an important part of this too is that it's gotta be something people have played. I'll throw Marvel Rivals on there. I got a lot of Marvel Rivals heads in the Discord. I can tell you Space Marine 2 isn't one. Oh! Right, Space Marine 2, thank you. I mean, it's not my game of the year, but like, I know I have a couple friends in the Discord who probably would vote for it. So we're gonna throw that in there. Yeah, right now it's like we're putting the games here to like put on the chopping block, you know, so not a huge deal yet. We're just gonna kind of like slide on through. Oh, web fishing. You know, I think you're the only one on my friends list who's played web fishing. Let me double check. Yeah, I don't know if you want to like solo vote for it, but you're my only friend on my friends list who's played it. I'm aware that it's a good game though, but I don't know if I'll put that on there. I think minimum requirement 2. Ask her it, we'll throw it on there. We're gonna like comb through the list anyways, so. Waiting for me to finish Metaphor before you try it yourself? Yeah, it's a good time. I would recommend it. I think you're gonna be waiting for a really long time. And if you're only doing that so you don't interrupt me playing, I only play it once a week. So it's not like you have to worry about like an open schedule. Silent Hill 2. I don't know anyone who played Silent Hill 2 though. I will throw it on there because we threw on web fishing. And I guess we'll also throw on the new Call of Duty. Yeah, and I'll do this all before we like hop on to like games released in 2024. Oh yeah, Helldivers 2 was this year, wasn't it? I'll also throw Balatro on there. Yeah, and once we trim it down, once we trim down the fat, it'll definitely look a little leaner. Do I want to put gacha games on there? Did I put gacha games in a previous year? I did not. We will not be putting any gacha games on the list. This is, what's the word for it? Discrimination. We're discriminating against gacha games. I say as a GFL 2 player. You probably know what I would suggest, but it's not a 2024 game. Yeah, we're strictly in the 2024 category. Okay. I think that's all we're gonna get out of the Game Awards website. So, games released in 2024. Our good friend Wikipedia. We've donated one time. Okay, so looking at January. Tekken 8. Do I have any Fight Earheads? We'll just throw that on there. I know a couple of my buddies have been playing Tekken recently. Relink. I don't think anyone's gonna vote for that, but it is on there too. Like, I know it's not getting my vote. At least I think yet. Put Suicide Squad on there as a joke? Nah. But, you know, genuinely, I was kind of curious about picking it up because I saw on Steam it was like $3. Is it still like $3? You know, it's important to play some like dog shit ass games sometimes. Yes, it's $3.50. We might be hopping on. Okay, let's see. It's gonna have an offline mode. That's good. We like to see that. Daybreak. Ooh, Daybreak. I'm the only fucking person who's gonna vote for this. So I shouldn't put this on there, but... yeah, because I think I liked Daybreak more than I liked Infinite Wealth. I think. No, I did. Yeah, I think my vote this year is probably going to be for Trust to Daybreak. I don't know if it counts though, but you know, in my heart, I'm going to say it does because it released majorly. Like where I am, which is the United States. See, I know Unicorn Overlord is also really good too, but I don't think anyone's gonna vote for it. So that is 100% gonna get trimmed. Yeah, it is really good. Yeah, oh, that's an, you know, hold on. Back to backlog for like a second. Such a damn shame it's not getting a PC release. But this is 100% going on my list of games that banked. What's up? What are we doing tonight? We are going through every single one of the games we've ever played ever. And also setting up the awards for this year's Discord. Yeah, the company just doesn't like PC in general. It's a damn shame. Okay. See, Dragon's Dogma 2 was also a great game for the freaks. One of the main reasons why they don't want to port their games is because they're afraid people will steal copy their asset style. I mean, you can do that regardless. I think if you're gonna steal, you're gonna go ahead and steal. It's gonna be a long night. Oh yes, it definitely is. I mean, I'm probably not gonna go forever. Like, I'm probably gonna cap out at like another like hour and a half. We can always come back to this. I feel like this is gonna be like a kind of long-term thing. In the same way, maybe like doing like an anime check would be a good thing to do too. It's just like a nice little non-gaming stream. Another Crab's Treasure. I don't know anyone who played it. I know it's a good game. I don't know anyone who picked it up, like, unfortunately. I'll throw that on there. Because 1 year in the Discord, one of the big problems was like, here, I'm gonna share my Discord again. So I think if we run it back, one of the biggest years where there was like 1 billion options, a lot of the nominees only got like 1 vote. So we want to make sure it's like very lean. We want to keep a lean list. That way there's actually some competition and it's not just like 3 people who really like Marvel Rivals. Sweet, chillin'. Just gonna grab some wine then. Sounds good. That sounds like a good time. Okay, so let's keep going down. Once we have these games locked in, we're gonna scroll through a bit of anime, and then we'll do some cutting. Yeah, see, like, I'm already seeing a lot of good games on here, but like, I wouldn't put them on the list because I know no one is gonna vote for it. Yeah, V Rising, Crow Country, good contenders, absolutely. But it's another one of those, like, if I don't vote for it, no one's gonna vote for it. Halo, I'm biased. Halo didn't have a new game this year. As much as we wish it so. Yeah, 9 Souls too. Like, see, like, there's so many good games. Like, if I wanted to go down this list and call out every good game, I would, but we only have 1 vote. And I know my heart belongs to Daybreak. So like, if it's a game that I know I like, but I know no one else has played, I don't really want to put it on. Yeah, we're getting there. Oh, Dawn Trail was this year? I mean, I know there's definitely Final Fantasy heads. I don't know if they would vote for Dawn Trail themselves, but I'll just throw that on there. Just because I know people have played it. This year, I thought they said like, I thought like overall, like games you've ever played. Different time. Don't you dare put Dawn Trail. I mean, I thought Dawn Trail was fine. Wait, the Case of the Golden Idol was this year? There's no way it was this year. I thought it was last. Oh, was it like on a platform? Okay, it's like on a different platform. Okay. They brought it to Xbox. Yeah, for your information though, what's it? I think in the server Game of the Decade, if you're talking about like games that come out, the winner for Game of the Decade, oh, it was a 4-way tie. Jesus. Yeah, looking back at like 2019, like the server, our Games of the Decade vote ended up being Witcher 3, Final Fantasy XIV, Nier Automata, and Halo Reach. Yeah, and this is when they re-released the Doom games. You know what? Let's actually validly check. Did people buy Black Myth? You know, I have maybe one friend who might vote for it. We'll throw it on. If it's looking too lean, or if it's looking like, no, yeah, if it's looking too lean, maybe it lives, but right now, I don't know if it's gonna live. Oh shit, here it is. That's Game of the Year right there. Uma Musume Pretty Derby Party Dash. I kid. Yeah, see, like there's Hollow Body too. That's another really good one. Yeah, and the Dead Rising remaster was really good too. Yeah, mouthwashing too. Drova. Drova's so good. I've been playing it so much. Then a lot of people talk really well about the new Sonic X Shadow Generations. Wait, when did Card Shop Simulator come up? TCG? Okay, that was this year. Alright, we'll throw that on there too. That doesn't have a Wikipedia entry, but is what it is. Okay, I'm feeling like we're right around today. Yeah. This was yesterday. Okay. I think that's a nice selection for us to trim down from. And then next up, we can do anime. AniList is probably better to look at. And yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I'll probably throw ReZero on there for the ReZero heads. Yeah. Yeah, we need to hop on season 3 eventually. I kind of fell off of Shangri-La Frontier. I went through all of season 1, and me and a buddy of mine watched like up to the 2nd episodes of season 2. It didn't really feel like there's too much going on, so we ended up falling off. At least like me specifically, like I wasn't really feeling the anime. What else? Let's see. There's a lot of popular ones here, I guess, and I don't really recognize too many of them. Oh, maybe it's because this is showing airing. Whoops. Those are only airing shows. There we go. This is looking a bit more right. Okay, so yeah, like Solo Leveling. Yeah, Dandadan. I don't know if anyone will vote for Kaiju number 8, but you know, that's the point. We're gonna be trimming. I know it's not the pound sign, but you know, I could probably just copy it. Is there like the English title? There it is. Yeah, we're gonna do English title, that way no one gets lost. Because half of these I probably couldn't even tell you in Japanese. Ah, and see, this is oh, this started in January? Dungeon Meshi makes the cut? Let's fucking go. This is gonna be my vote for sure. Alright, how about Mushoku Tensei? I have some Mushoku Tensei heads. But I think only one person will vote for Mushoku Tensei, so I don't know. Maybe more than one person would vote for Dungeon Meshi. It is not a host bias. I promise. Konosuba. People might say Oshinoko. And this was July. After that, I don't know anyone who's still keeping up with My Hero. Yeah, 100 Girlfriends gets your vote. I don't know anyone who ended up watching this show either. I heard it kind of fell off. Like, it had like a viral last opening and then that was kind of it. Makine was actually really good. I really enjoyed Makine when I watched it. Though I wouldn't vote for it, and I don't know who else would, so that's not making the cut. Dang, you wanted to watch that one? The Shikanoko Koshitantan? Whatever? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that there's like better comedy shows out there. Uzumaki, Big Fall Off. Ooh, I really want to watch season 2 of this. I just finished watching season 1 of Dangers in My Heart, and I thought it was really, really good. So I'm really excited to hop on season 2. Obviously, that one's not going to get any votes, but I just wanted to talk about anime. Ooh, I don't know anyone who watched it, but I should put this on. Just for like... no, I shouldn't. See, I didn't hear anyone talk about Look Back. But maybe I'm just not, like, connected. I'm gonna throw that on there, because I know it's supposed to be fire. Alright, I know we're kind of getting to the lower stuff now, because I remember watching this and I thought it was just okay. Ooh. Gosh, if it wasn't for the near ending of the show, this might have been the one. Jellyfish can't swim at night. If it just had like another episode or two, I think, and or like prioritize fleshing out certain things, this could have been the one. Yeah, is that? I think that's all anyone would vote for. Yeah, we're diving in pretty deep now. Oh, the new season of Natsume was super good. The episode before the last one that came out that finished the season, probably one of the better ones of like the entire series. Natsume fans, rise up. Hop on peak. Fuck me. That was this year. Dungeon Meshi or beginning of the new era. It's gonna go to Dungeon Meshi. I'm the only person in existence that vote for Momusume, so. That would be on there purely for me and me alone. Okay, I think that's good. Let's go ahead and start trimming. Boy, that looks like a sad list. I know I watched so much more this season, but... Damn, are those the contenders? No, let's double back. Let's throw Bleach on there. There's a lot of Bleach heads. And it's the only one that has like a billion letter long title. We had to extend it for them. Shimatsu Train was really good. I take it back. It was good, not really good. But it's worth a watch. Wasn't expecting too much from it and ended up being pretty solid. Was 100 Girlfriends this year? What is 100? Was it like Kyaku? If I take off the year. That was this one. Okay, so this was last year. Okay. I thought it was this year. Weird. Wait, there's no way the start and end date is right. They released 12 episodes in 1 month? Crazy. Yeah, okay, I think that's the list. That's actually not too bad. Check Steam on stream. Hey yo, let's go! Bless up. We might be hopping on. Or this could end up being another one of those games that sits in my library forever. Okay, so how many awards? What's the amount of nominees we had last year? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I mean, I could just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there were 8 nominees. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, careful if it's too long gonna be dead by the time you get around to it. Yeah, we'll have to hop on sooner rather than later if I want to hop on mid. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to knock out Look Back. As good as the film might have been, I haven't seen it yet, and nobody I know that watches anime has rushed me along to watch it. It's kind of like one of those movies that I know is really, really good, and I just haven't gotten to it, which makes me assume that if I haven't gotten to it, then maybe others haven't too. So I think 8 candidates for this year is good, because we had 8 last year. Now to trim the games. How many games did we have? For games, we ran 9. Okay, realistically, if I'm voting for Daybreak, I shouldn't vote for Daybreak. It didn't come out this year. It came out this year, but it's an older game. But it came out this year. I'm gonna vote for Daybreak, which means I'm probably gonna trim Infinite Wealth. As sad as it is, one of my goats has been removed from the list. I don't think anyone's gonna vote for Relink. I don't think anyone's gonna vote for Unicorn Overlord or Dragon's Dogma or Another Crab's Treasure. Did anyone vote for COD last year? Nobody voted for COD last year. Nobody's gonna vote for COD this year. How many of my friends got into Balatro? "11 friends own it." That's actually a surprisingly small amount. I don't know if anyone's gonna vote for Balatro. How about Tekken? Six friends. And of the friends on here, I fear that the one who could vote for it is probably gonna vote for Metaphor. Tekken is out. I don't think anyone's gonna vote for Persona 3. Because my friend who was the Persona head really didn't like Reload. And I don't know anyone else who played it other than me. So Persona 3 is out. I'm gonna have to get rid of web fishing too. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, web fishing was meant to be a joke. All good. I mean, it is a big game. Like, a lot of people really love it. Like, I think if I had more friends who were into it, it would definitely have stayed on. I think 10 candidates is not bad. Okay, for now, I think this is gonna be the nominees. I don't think anyone would be disappointed with the picks here. You have a 54 hours on web fishing. Hey, I really do be like that. When you find a game you get into, like I'm out here with like Warframe hit me with that that 4.5k hours. Okay, yeah, that's good. I like this. This is no one will get mad. If they get mad, they should have commented on the post. Now I just have to remember how I... Oh, okay, cool. Let's see. I remember now. You're mad. It's too late! Okay, poll question. Hopefully this bot still works. Max choices. Oh, I see. Max choices 1. Answer 1. And then we'll go down the list. Metaphor, Refantasio, Answer 2, FF7 Rebirth, 3, Marvel Rivals, 4, Space Marine 2, 5, Silent Hill, 6, Helldivers 2, 7, Dawn Trail, 8, Black Myth Wukong, 9, TCG, and 10. The one that only I will vote for, Trails Through Daybreak. Okay, now anime of... Oh, fuck! It says anime of 2023. I fucked up. I fucked up! Damn it, I have to do it all over again. Here, I should share my screen while I do this so y'all can see what I'm doing too. And then I'll just like move my web browser to the other screen. Poll. Wait, was that what I did? Question. Game of 2024. Allowed or max choices 1. Answer. 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 Okay, we're almost done with this section and we'll be back to backlogged in a sec. God, Trails Through Daybreak is such a just like this one exists only for me answer. It's kind of like last year where I put Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name. I know that's only getting 1 vote. Okay, poll. Anime of 2024. Max choice 1. Yeah, these are like in no particular order either. It's just whatever came into my mind first. And then I can do the at everyone. Are you sure you want to message 100 people? Absolutely. Yeah, no third question this year. I'm not feeling it. Okay, we've done it. We have sufficiently done our Discord duties. Fuck, where was I? How many games have we logged? 56? It took 2 hours to do 56 games? Fuck me, that's gonna take a while, isn't it? I have 19 games that I give 5 out of 5. Let's trim this. Let's trim this. Mario Brothers. 4. That's all I could do. No. Resident Evil 2, 4.5. I gave too many a free pass? I don't think so. Because these are all definitely 5s in my brain. I think it was just Super Mario Brothers that slipped through the cracks. I would be happy to play any of those games again. Any of these games I would play again. Okay, I think we were on page 3? Page 4. Yeah, I don't remember talking about Earthbound. Yeah, we finished on Neon White. So Disco Elysium, that was the other one. Persona 5, also on the backlog. Dishonored, backlog. Earthbound, backlog. Yakuza Kiwami. I actually was just kind of whatever about Kiwami. And by whatever, I mean it's like a 4 out of 5. I don't know, the combat wasn't like a snappy feeling as like Zero was. And I didn't really like the enemy design where like you had to switch stances and like lock in on a specific attack. Like it wasn't really my favorite. So this isn't bad. I think I've said it before, there isn't really like a bad Yakuza game. At worst, they're good. And at best, they're the fucking best game of all time. Hogwarts Legacy. I don't really have a drive to do that. I was never really much of a Harry Potter kid. League of Legends. We would not subject ourselves. GTA 4. I actually really like GTA 4. GTA 4 is probably the 4.5 for GTA 5's 4. A lot of good memories on 4. And I like wandering around in the world they built there too. A bit more than I liked wandering around Los Santos for sure. Titanfall 2, one of the GOATs. I don't necessarily know if I have any problems with the game. It is probably my favorite movement shooter. And I played it on the Xbox One. That's another 5. Borderlands 2. I guess I liked it. That's like a 3.5. It took me almost like 8 years to finish the game. I finished it. There's a lot that I liked about it, but it... 3. It did drag. It did drag towards the end. And it especially feels bad to play solo. Starfield. We played it. There's no better personification for a 3 out of 5. Tomb Raider. We enjoyed it. This is like a 3.5. Devil May Cry, backlog. Uncharted, backlog. Horizon, backlog. Animal Well, we bought it, backlog. Helldivers, backlog. We are fucking zooming. Katana Zero. I don't have any plans to play it. It looks really cool though. Hold on. Let's take a look at it. Is there like a trailer? They should add like trailers on this page. What kind of game is it? It's a platform strategy? Whoa, it's me! You know what? We'll throw that in the backlog. It seems a little interesting. It is a game we'll see and we'll think about. Doki Doki Literature Club. We liked it. We actually really liked it. This is like a solid 4. I remember of no, like, I didn't follow any of the, like, news behind the creation of this game. I just saw it on my, like, Steam, like, new and trending when it came out. And I just started playing it. And then I remember one of my friends was like, oh, hey, like, you're playing Doki Doki? Like, I've been following it for a while. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I mean, I just kind of saw it. It looked interesting. And then, yeah, we actually jumped into it hella blind. We did not know what we were playing at all. So it was like honestly peak conditions to play a game like it. Yeah, so it's like, I'd recommend it, especially for the price of free. Shadow of the Colossus. I've played, I haven't finished. This is on the shelf. But as much as I played, it's like a solid 3.5, maybe. That could change. I didn't really play it at a good time, I guess. Snake Eater. Backlog. Infinite Wealth. I still think back to how dirty they did my boy Hanawa. And it doesn't really feel like they did much with Ichiban. This is like a 3.5. It's like a 4. Yeah, it's like a 4. Besides that, the gameplay was the best it's ever been. And I think all the stories they did with Kiryu and like the gang. Peak stuff, peak stuff. Though it's definitely one of those like games where you appreciate it a lot more if you play the rest of the games versus just hopping straight into Infinite Wealth. We've never played Super Metroid. We've already ranked Overwatch. We've ranked Minecraft. I mean, I guess I'll throw that on there. I guess we ranked the Java. Oh, this is the normal Minecraft. The other one was Java. Okay, well, this is gonna lose a star for not being the Java edition. We played this on PC too. The other version of Minecraft that's not the Java edition feels really weird. There's just something about it. It's not the same. Far Cry 3, I liked it. I am still playing it. I haven't finished it, but this is also one of those like retired games, unshelved. I don't know when I'm gonna pick it back up. Far Cry is usually a good time. Dead Cells, we've played it, liked it. One of the roguelikes I'm a big fan of. This is a easy 4.5. We're being too kind to too many games. TF2. I was always more of a CS guy. There was no problems with TF2. I was just more into CS. This is probably going to be one of the few Valve games that I don't give a 5-star. Yeah, growing up, we played a lot of Counter-Strike. We hopped on at 1.6. We played like Condition Zero on the Xbox. We played like Source and like Global Offensive, and we played a little bit of Counter-Strike too. But we didn't really get super into Team Fortress. Final Fantasy X, Backlog, Sonic Frontiers. I actually like Sonic Frontiers. Had some weak points. I'd probably give it a 3.5. Some of the soundtrack is banging though, but like, I mean, that's nothing new for a Sonic game. I feel like Sonic music is always really good. Cult of the Lamb, talk about another game that like a friend gifted me and I haven't played yet. That is a backlog. Jedi Survivor, backlog. Assassin's Creed 2. A lot of memories going to my friend's house and playing a bit of this and helping him do like the 100% sync. We played this on the 360. I would happily give this a 4. Sifu, backlog. Metroid Prime. Playing. We like Metroid Prime. We're having a lot of fun with Metroid Prime. Currently it is shelved. I feel like it's a 4.5. Oh. Oh, well, I have played this on the Switch. I would give it a 4.5. It's just not my Switch. And we no longer have access to it. Journey. Games I didn't play but banged. Will remember you fondly. My brother finished Guardians of the Galaxy very recently too. Very big sleeper hit from what I hear. And when I was watching him play it, it looked really fun. If we're ever in the Marvel mood, I might hop on. It seems like there's like a bit of like deviation of choice in this game too, which seems kind of neat. Black Flag. If Assassin's Creed 2 is a 4, Black Flag is a 4.5. Black Flag was so good. Incredible game. Just saw the awards. Solo leveling, but no girls band cry or losing heroines. Hey man, I'm sorry. I might have given it to losing heroines. I haven't watched girls band cry yet. Also no Elden Ring. Bro, it's a DLC. You can't play it without the base game. I am part of the crowd where it's like that does not get Game of the Year if it is a part of a different game. But yeah, as far as the animes are concerned, we really did have to trim a lot of the fat. Because I really enjoyed both of those shows. But I think if I put them on there, it would pretty much be just one person voting for it. Believe me. I only did it if I only did it for me, you know, like that's why Trails Through Daybreak is listed as a Game of the Year, even though I know it would be only me voting for it. Because I know for a damn fact that it'll at least get one vote. But if you're forced to pick between those two kids, one of those kids isn't getting a vote, Brendan. Because I don't know anyone else who watched Girls Band Cry or Losing Heroines. And more people need to watch it, because it was really good. Anyways, where were we at? Yeah, Black Flag, 4.5. Alan Wake, this is on the shelf, also on the backlog. I liked what I played. I think I could probably, if I never got back to it again, I would definitely give it a 3.5. But given more time, and we'll actually give it the time. It's over for you? Wait, what do you mean by that? Edith Finch. We liked it. This one is probably like a 3. And a half. I did enjoy it. Yeah, it's so tough because there's a lot of good games that came out. There's a lot of good anime that came out, but it's like one of those instances where it's like, if I only can pick one myself, I know for a fact those games or those animes are not getting a vote. Okay, Link to the Past. Backlog. We'll get to it. Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's a Switch game. Mario Sunshine. I loved Mario Sunshine. I know there's a lot of talk about the level design in it being ass, and some of the stages being bullshit, but it still holds a special place in my heart. 5 out of 5. We never played the original God of War. We did play Plants vs. Zombies. I did like Plants vs. Zombies, though I never finished it. And I don't know if I will. But it's probably right in the middle there. I remember having it on the school laptop and playing it a bit, but we never really got especially far. I spent most of my time, for whatever reason, replaying Halo Combat Evolved and Half-Life. Mother 3, always heard good things. Backlog. Limbo. I've played Limbo before, right? Not on stream, but let me look at my Steam. I didn't play nearly enough for me to say I've played it. This is a backlog. 25 minutes. Ultra Kill. See, I know Ultra Kill is a good game, but it also kind of gives me that, like, that same feeling I have with Doom 2016, in that, like, I feel like if I played it, I'd get really fatigued. Like, it doesn't feel like a game that'll ever let you rest, which isn't a bad thing for some people, but it's a bad thing for me. I'll throw it in the backlog because it might be an interesting try. And then P4 Golden, of course, that's on our list after we finish Metaphor, maybe. No, actually, well, I mean, it's definitely on our list, but I don't know if it's gonna be the next one. I kind of do want to try Persona, like the originals. Papers, Please, another VTuber game that we've never played. Silent Hill 3. We bought all of the Phoenix Wright games. I've only played up to like the second or third case on the DS way back when. It was a good time. I feel like it'd be a fun, maybe a fun stream game if I wanted to do some voices, but yeah, we'll backlog that one too. Now here's where some of this starts to lose me. Is New Super Mario Brothers the one on the DS? I like the New Super Mario Brothers. This was a really good one. Maybe not a 5, fuck. Maybe a 4.5. We didn't play Super Mario Galaxy 2. We did play Mario Kart Wii. My favorite Mario Kart has always been Double Dash. But Mario Kart Wii was pretty good too. This is like a 4. I thought the gimmick with like the steering wheel was pretty cool. I think eventually I did end up opting for just playing on a GameCube controller, but hopping on to like online in Mario Kart Wii was always a good time. Shadow of the Colossus, this is another shelved. We may get back to it one of these days, but because it's on the PS4, it's cursed. That's a 4. Kingdom Hearts. It's on the way. Resident Evil. I actually really like the first Resident Evil a lot. Yeah, I actually liked it a lot. This is like 4.5. Like, the only thing that can make me like Resident Evil more, and that would push it up like even further, is maybe like more funny character moments. More like memorable character moments on top of what was already there. Maybe. Okay, now this is the one I actually do remember playing. Like, this one was pretty well received, from my understanding. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't show up on the Game Boy Advanced here. I guess we'll just throw it on... Wait, is this the one on the Game Boy Advanced? Hold on, let me look at, like, Super Mario Brothers 2. Okay, it wasn't 2 that I played. 2 was the weird one where you could pull radishes out of the floor. Right, I do remember that. What did 3 look like? Maybe I didn't play 3. Ah, fuck me. I remember now. It was Super Mario World that I really liked. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. This one is a 5. I never played 3. Alright, Blasphemous is on the backlog. This one goes onto a list. God, there's gonna be like 50 Last of Us's, aren't there? Like, you have Last of Us Part 1, and then you have Last of Us Part 1, but like before they made Part 1? Why did they remake this game so much, man? Anyways, this goes on the list. Games that I didn't play but banged. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I heard that this was a really good game. It just had massive performance issues. If it wasn't only on the Switch, we'd be hopping on. Is this also by the people who made Unicorn Overlord? Yeah, who made this again? Yeah, Vanillaware. Man! Vanillaware has to lock in and release games on PC, I swear to God. We'll just throw that in the backlog. Chrome Dino, one of the goats. Actually, I never really played this too much. I'm not even gonna bother putting it on the backlog. I will say that I've played it though. Yeah, Vanillaware needs to stop being cowards. This is a decent time passer. No, being 3.5 is being far too generous. There are other games I've given 3.5 that I would not rate the same way I would rate Chrome Dino. I would not sit down and play Chrome Dino for fun. I would play Chrome Dino if my internet is down and I have nothing to do. It's 2-star. But it doesn't deserve... It's not like a 2-star because it's bad. It's just a 2-star because I would only play it if there's no other option. Okay, Xenoblade will hop on eventually. Wukong. I'm not necessarily in a rush to play it. Everything I've seen about it just looks okay. It looks very average, and I'm kind of more in a rush. I'm honestly more in a rush to play Suicide Squad than I am Black Myth Wukong. That's probably mega weird to say. Fallout 3. We'll throw it on our backlog regardless. I liked Fallout 3. Fallout 3, maybe like a 4. If New Vegas is a 5, Fallout 3 is a 4. And we played this on the PC. Which makes me think why I decided to play New Vegas on the Xbox for whatever reason. Okay. Pokemon. This one is actually one of the few Pokemon games I played. And probably my favorite. I spent a lot of time playing Emerald, and I think making the secret bases was a lot of fun. Like, if I had to pick a Pokemon game out of like the whole swath of Pokemon games that I've ever played, this is the one. P3 Fest. This is kind of in the same spot as like Resident Evil 4. Like original Resident Evil 4. It's like, I could play it, but because I played the remake, I'm not necessarily in a rush. Brawl. Now I'm aware that Brawl, a lot of people actually didn't really like Brawl. Like, at least from like a competitive angle, like apparently it like really sucked. I mean, I had fun with it. I thought the Subspace Emissary was lit. 4. Mirror's Edge. This is a backlog. Prey, sleeper. More people need to play Prey, easy 4.5. It would get that last half if it wasn't named Prey. If it was named something else and not Prey, easy 5. Firewatch. I'm probably not gonna play it. It seemed okay though, so we'll just add it to the list. Dang it, Grandpa. I've heard good things. We'll throw that on the we might play it eventually list. Wii Sports, one of the goats. Though this is also kind of like one of those, like, I'd probably only play it with other company or if I had nothing better to do. 3 stars. SMT 5. I do want to try the SMT games one of these days. That's just going to go on the backlog and we'll think about it. We'll think about it another time. Same with like Final Fantasy 15. We've never played Psychonauts. We never played Donkey Kong Country, but all these games are things that I want to try. I have so much hate for Monster Hunter World. And it's not even because of the game. I'm sure it's a fantastic game. But because of my PC curse, I wasn't able to play this with my friends. It was not a game I ever endeavored to play solo. So I've got nothing but a bad taste in my mouth for Monster Hunter Worlds. So I'm not even gonna rate it. It's not fair to a game that's probably really good. In my heart, I would give it a 1. I know it doesn't deserve a 1. I know if I play it, I'll have fun with it. But it just did me so damn dirty. We're not looking back. First Doom. We haven't played it. RE5. I actually really liked RE5. Playing with Brando the couple months back was a really good time. It's a very, very good co-op game. Maybe like a 4. It had some like weird moments, like if we check away like the turret sections. Yeah, maybe just the turret sections. It might jump up to like 4.5. Kiwami 2. I actually really liked Kiwami 2, but the story, honestly, the story for Yakuza, like, maybe a hot take, but I don't think the main stories for the Yakuza games are really all that special up until Yakuza 5. That's probably like a very hot take coming from someone who really loves the franchise. But like, it took them a while. Okay, no, I take that back, because I actually really loved Yakuza 3. The main story in Yakuza 3 is really good. But I gotta say, like, original and Kiwami, Yakuza 2 and Kiwami 2, Yakuza 4, they didn't really do too much for me. Like, from the story-wise, like, I felt myself kind of like coming in and out sometimes. It wasn't that good. But like, the game was good. This is like another Kiwami situation. I've got to give it like a 4. Yeah, I think 5 and up is when RGG kind of like really locked in. Besides 3, anyways, like I said. And like kind of became some of my favorite like storytellers. But before that, there's like it's kind of just okay. Yeah, and again, maybe a hot take, but that's kind of how I felt about the games. Okay. Switch game, Xenoblade, we throw that on. Hades, we throw that on. Hellblade. I feel like I've had every opportunity to play this and I haven't yet. How long is Hellblade? Seven hours? This might be a stream game if my computer can handle it. Obra Dinn? Obra Dinn could have been a 5. I highly recommend it, but you need headphones. Already there. We play headphones regardless. Obra Dinn could have been a 5 if it was easier to deduce some people on the ship. Because I think towards the end, like up to a certain point, it was like really, really good about like being able to deduce who was who. And then at the very end, I felt like I was kind of having to just like guess. Because like there weren't any clues for like the random ass ship hand who like gets thrown overboard like 2 acts in. That nobody ever like that nobody ever even what's the word for it? Like calls attention to. Like no one ever gosh, there's a word for it. Not dignifies. But I'm sure it makes sense. I'm sure it comes across. If it was better about those characters, Obra Dinn would be an easy 5. Unpacking is a backlog. We never played any of the Paper Marios, but I did play Mario and Luigi. It was like one of the games where like there were like mushroom people. That was fun. We'll backlog these. Same with Super Hot. Walking Dead. Why isn't that listed? I thought I gave this a 10 or a 5 out of 5. Damn, that's a lot of pages. What's on the very last page? I see. So we may be reaching when we get to this point. I mean, we're never going to get to this point, I think. I'm never going to do so many streams of just me categorizing and talking about games that I get to page 5,000. But every once in a while, we might update this. Maybe we'll do like a yearly check for this. Like maybe this could become like some sort of ritual every year. But we obviously would spend a lot less time with it as like the years go by, since we're just kind of like combing through a list. Black Ops. Is this my favorite COD? This one might be my favorite COD. It's a toss-up between this and 4. I don't know if I can justify giving it any more than a 4 though. COD games are like junk food in my brain. Yeah, this is like a 4. I spent a lot of time back in the 360 era just playing with friends on Black Ops, and I even like remember like having clans and stuff. It was good times. That's like those like Xbox 360 lobby Call of Duty like nostalgia reels that you end up seeing online nowadays. How people will post those about like Modern Warfare 2. That's like me and Black Ops. Okay. Another Metal Gear game. Metal Gear. Bleh, can't talk. We've been talking for so long. Another Metal Gear game. Eventually we will play it. Sonic the Hedgehog. We've never played the original. I would love to play the original. Halo 3. The first Halo game we've run into. That's a 5. Could be rose-tinted glasses, but fuck it. Halo 3 is goated. The only Halo games that don't get a 5 are like 5 and 4. Oh wait, honestly, anything past Halo Reach, I wouldn't give a 5. Though I would probably even give Halo Reach like a 4.5. Because I think every single one of them do something really well. Like... You know what? Halo 1 doesn't necessarily age as well as the rest of them. Because man, that second half of the game is pretty rough. Like anything past Assault the Control Room, where you start like looping back to like old levels, but like with a new like look on them, and like you have to deal with the flood and stuff, like is not very fun. So maybe I'd probably give like Combat Evolved a 4. But like 2, 3, ODST, I'd probably give a 5. Because I think 2's campaign is probably my favorite. 3 had the best multiplayer. And ODST had like the best atmosphere and like immersion. Like just wandering around New Mombasa is like probably one of my favorite examples of it. Like if you could put something like that but in VR, like holy God. Oh my God, imagine a ODST VR. Like a game that would make you feel more human. That would be so cool. Okay. A short hike. I know it's a short hike, we haven't done it. Subnautica, we've played, we liked it. Although we definitely came at it kind of weird, I'd give it like a 4. Wait, there's VR versions of this? I should have hopped on. Okay. No, I actually can't say I've played the first Assassin's Creed. I played a bit of it at my friend's house, say, but I don't know if I ever played it as much as, say, like Assassin's Creed 2, which I ended up picking up for myself as well. But the first Assassin's Creed, I remember just thinking like, oh, that's really cool. Like, it was one of the first generations where like, there was like mass crowds and stuff. It was like one of the games of that generation. And I thought it looked like really, really amazing. I'm sure if I look at like a trailer for it now, I'm gonna be like, oh, damn. Oh, let's see. Oh, it looks like we have some notes. That's funny. Someone in the awards chat said, if solo leveling wins, y'all are sick fucks. Honestly valid. Solo leveling is fine. It's not gonna get my... What the fuck? Solo leveling has 3 votes? Mine goes to Dungeon Meshi. And then for games, what has the most votes right now? Wait, someone else voted for Trails? Who? I need to know. Yeah! Honestly, having a second vote for Trails is the biggest W of the whole year. It's not, but it's pretty big. Because I don't think I've even voted for it. Crazy. Yeah, solo leveling was alright. Like, I talked about COD being junk food. Solo leveling is like junk food. I think it's got some good animation, but... What was I on about? Assassin's Creed. Maybe we'll go back to it. Explore the roots of the franchise. Pokemon Violet, nah. Wind Waker. This is a 5 for me. I love the Wind Waker. This is probably got to be one of my, this is definitely on my list of like favorite games of all time. It was the first Legend of Zelda game that I ever like full on beat. Love the aesthetic. It still holds up. I think even if you hop onto the GameCube like right now. The sense of exploration is probably like pretty unmatched. Being able to just sail the seas, and oh my god, the tracks, the music in this game, fucking phenomenal. Really, really good game. Probably my favorite Legend of Zelda. Like, I've played a bit of Breath of the Wild, and that's maybe pretty close, but the Wind Waker is just built different. Yeah, and I'm thinking we'll probably just like finish off this page and call it a night. Oh, hold on. Actually, maybe right now might be a good time. It seems like I have some company. Anyways, though, I think that's gonna do it for me. We've set up the awards. We've gone through 7 pages and listed... Oh, fuck. Okay, 3 more games. I want to do 3 more games. Let's hit that 100. Vice City. I like San Andreas a little more, but the aesthetics are matched too. That's a 3.5. We didn't play Black Ops 2. We didn't play Psychonauts. Multiversus, we didn't hop on. I'm not really interested in it. Modern Warfare 2. I did like Modern Warfare 2. But it's also kind of going to be a 3.5. And then Dead Space. We love Dead Space here, despite the fact that we haven't played the remake. 4.5. If Dead Space 1 is a 4.5, Dead Space 2 is the 5. That's what I'm going to say about the games. And I'm sure the remake is probably what's going to kick up that 4.5 to a 5 too. Okay. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys got to think about some old games you may have played before. I know it's always a good time for me. That being said, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for the company. Always appreciate it. Till next time. Peace, peace.